Come on in, come on in. Yes, it's another edition of the Weekly Entertainment News Podcast. I'm your brother Hiram Akeem, and once again, I'm in the building. Yo, listen, hit that like button, hit that share button. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get off in the algorithms. You know what I'm saying? Listen, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Brother Hiram Akeem. I represent the Reporter newspaper here in Blackburn, Ohio, and that's Akron's only all-black publication. Been in business for over 50 years. I am a journalist, and what we're doing now is trying to get to you through these digital airwaves, like my man Stephen A. say. I also represent something different, too. You guys might not be familiar with it, but in these parts, we call this Blackburn, Ohio, okay? We represent the black side of what Akron got to say and the black side of what America has to say. And speaking about, since we're talking about the black side, I have to be talking about, well, listen, you see my shirt. You see my shirt. You see the hat. You see the bust down, right? You see the bust down, okay? Listen, we got Shedeur in the 5th round. Some of us feel some kind of way. Some of us are excited. As you can see, I got my Punisher, my Deion Sanders Punisher edition. This is the Punisher edition. And I am sending a message, just like this shirt is sending a message. We want Shedeur to punish everybody, okay? Who skipped on him during this here damn draft and made my man sit there and get uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for Black America as well. But so we, as a collective union, is going to be rocking these Punisher shirts. You know who the Punisher is. He kick ass, okay? So we're going to put that energy out anytime my dogs are playing with Shedeur. Hopefully he get in the starting lineup this year. But we want what's best going on. Listen, everybody been talking about it. I'm going to share my little thoughts. I am just a journalist, so I have to write an article on this thing. I'm going to share some of my notes. As you can see, I've got notes preparing for my article I'm going to write this week. And like I do sometimes, I like to share my thoughts with you guys before I put it in article form. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to kick this thing off simple. I'm going to name this article The Public Lynching of Deion Sanders. I'm going to say it again. I said I'm going to name this article The Public Lynching of Deion Sanders. Some of you might say, damn, there's some strong words, black man. Well, it is a strong world right now. And we need to be strong in our stance and our volume with how loud we say these things to get them across to not just you, but the people that's inflicting this injustice on us or this injustice on us, okay? So we're going to break down some definitions because, you know, again, I am a journalist. I don't just like to say stuff. I don't know what the hell it is I'm saying. I like to say the proper things. So we're going to talk about what the hell is a public lynching. I'm not going to make this up. I'm going to read it off of my notes that I got from Google. Okay? I do my homework. I do my diligence. It says the public lynching is the extrajudicial killing of an individual by a mob as a form of punishment or intimidation, often in a public setting, to demonstrate power or to instill or inflict fear. Now, there's a word that stuck out to me. It says extrajudicial. Extrajudicial means not authorized, not legally authorized. Again, we're talking about the definition of public lynching. Look at these words again. It is the killing, the unauthorized killing of an individual by a mob, okay, as a form of punishment to use for intimidation and to instill fear. Now look, this is where we're going with this thing. You guys witnessed a public lynching of the 2025 era, okay? Okay, listen. We're going to say the individual, it says, we're going to take it step by step. The individual who was dealt with the dirty way, okay, who was unalived, metaphorically speaking, was Deion Sanders. By what? By who? By a mob. Who was this mob? You know, you had to organize. When they go to get the nigga, okay, they organized. I'm talking back down the wheel of time to go get the nigga they wanted to get for some false accusations, and this wasn't authorized. They were getting and publicly display his murder to instill pain on the family, on the people that's watching, and fear. and to let you guys know, goddamn it, y'all know how to act. So the mob in this point would be the collusion of the NFL. The collusion, which is a behind the doors agreement that we're going to make these motherfuckers pay, okay? These can't swag and be all like they are right now and talking about what they're going to do. We need to make these people take a step down and put them in their right place. I done heard people tap dancing around this subject, but I'm not tap dancing. I'm keeping it a buck. This is what the Eurocentric America has did that owns these teams that passed it on us, brother. This is what they're saying. I know people say, but they ended up picking Shedeur Sanders in the fifth. Well, you do know if he was picked in the first round, he was going to get way more money than a fifth rounder. Now, I got some knowledge that I can say about that, too. Also, you acting like people wasn't planning to boycott. I seen it all on the timeline, on the Instagram, the Facebooklet, the YouTubes. I seen people gearing up saying, let's boycott the first two games. You ain't going to treat my brother like this. It made me feel proud. It did. It made me feel, I feel so connected to what's going on in that Sanders household because it was black excellence. And it still is black excellence, okay? So when let's talk about the psyche, though, of what happens during the time, back down the wheel of time, when they would publicly lynch somebody, okay? It says not only we identified the mob, which is the NFL owners, we identified the person who was getting killed, which is Shedeur, or publicly shamed, okay? And also, it was a punishment. The word is punishment. What is he punished for? For being his traditional self, his unapologetic black self, okay? And they said, now who are they intimidating? Were they intimidating him? I don't think you can intimidate Shedeur. His father groomed him, okay? You understand what I'm saying? From day one, hell, I just saw a clip of a little Shedeur on a reality show back down the wheel of time, okay? As a little boy, basically not even being the cocky boy or even one that had to be, this guy had to be built up. He was a humble little boy, almost a baby. And his father had to let him know, your name means power, black man. Your name on your back means power. Now you can go back on YouTube or whatever and look at Deion Sanders and them reality show. And these kids, all of them, was raised with the intent on being powerful, on understanding who they are. And they was raised to play football, okay? Hell, their sister played basketball. You know that. Okay, so there's some athletes. Hell, Bucky was playing football. This is an athlete. You see their backyard. You see Deion's backyard, damn it. Look like an Olympic stadium out that thing where everything's going on, right? So, but let's just go here. I'm off track, though. I'm trying to bring it back in a little bit. So let's go here. So when we talk about public lynching, I'm saying you guys have seen this before. Okay, you guys say, let me give you some examples of public lynching. You know what they did to Michael Jackson. They had we used to see Michael Jackson in a specific way, but before it was over, okay, he is completely looked upon as Weirdo Jackson, whatever the hell they was calling my brother, was messed up. Wacko Jackson, they was calling him all types of stuff. Okay, call him pedophile. You already know. You do know some other public lynchings that you guys familiar with. You don't know R. Kelly was publicly lynched. I know. I'm not saying he did or didn't do what the hell they said he did or didn't do. That's not the point. The point is it was a public smear campaign to do what? To tear him down from greatness. Okay, not saying that he didn't deserve his jail time, but to put him up publicly, and these was done by TV shows. Okay, black people don't own these damn channels. Okay, that's public lynching. And you do know P. Diddy, goddammit. I know you may be like, oh, wait, no, but these are what I mean by public lynching. With all this negative rhetoric and this negative, just like they did Brother Shedeur, with all this negative talking about this man can't interview, right? Whoa. This man was conditioned to handle himself in the public eye, off the public eye. You heard little LeBron as a high schooler speaking like he had a dang on agent right then and there or a manager or something. These guys know how to speak. If they're going to be destined for greatness, people are in their ears, mentally condition them. In the music business, we call it artist development. These people are groomed, not just on the basketball, but how to carry themselves in front of the microphone for press conferences and interviews as well, okay? So you do know that this is what this is all about. It's about tearing down a black man in front of the society or the black people that's watching to do what? To breed fear in the next generation of people that's coming out of college. See, Shedeur Sanders represents the free college. When I mean free, I'm talking about mentally free. I don't need to play. I'm not playing for free in college. I'm coming out with money. I get that that NIL deal. I got that kind of money, and I'm going into. We ain't talking about Deion Sanders money. We talking about his money, and I'm not going into the NFL needing money. Some was even suggesting if he didn't get drafted, that he was eligible. I think he was a junior to go back to college, and if they would stop that, he had enough money to sue. But saying, why can't I? I'm still available, and I never played. I never played, and I ain't even get an agent yet, because his daddy was operating as an agent. So he could have went back and got more money than he's getting right now, and with this little bitty contract he got right now. But we all know he's going to improve, man. This is just some stuff I'm touching on, right? And so I'm gonna give you guys some examples on why. I know some of you guys saying, well, this public lynching thing, I see it happening, but lynching means to kill. Also, it also means to instill fear. I'm about to go there. Like back down when we used to be slaves on the plantation, they would take some of the strongest brothers. And I know you guys don't get this in school. You never got this in school or whatever the hell, but I'm going to keep it a buck. Some call it buck breaking, okay? You guys know what that means, but I'm going to illustrate it a little more. Let's say you got a cock diesel dude that know who he is, dude that know what it is, and people are following him on the plantation, staring up all the good niggers, okay? That's how the white folks used to say, I don't need you staring up all the good niggas, okay? But he's cocky enough just by his bravado, his style, his swag to generate an interest that people want to follow. Well, the white man, the master, the plantation, the cracker with the whip, or whoever the hell you want to call this dude, used to be intimidated by that. Or maybe he's going to strip all the good niggers. So anyway, they would make an example. And they would publicly lynch him without killing him. How? They would instill fear as well. How? They would do the unthinkable. They would take this big dude, bend him over in front of the whole plantation, and have their way sexually with the dude. Definitely the R word, in front of the family. In front of the family. Listen how psycho this is. So the mama with the baby in her stomach, okay? The auntie, the uncle, everybody, even people that's pregnant, is looking at this wild business going on. And what they're doing is instilling fear. So when the mama raised the child, she's remembering this crazy stuff on how this man treated her man. So not only does it take the black man that's cocky, put him in a humbling stance, it makes the fear that the woman feared is passed on through the child. How is that? Well, the first thing a child learns is his mother's tongue. I ain't talking nothing spooky. I'm talking about when the mama think it's too cold, what she do? She's gonna bundle up the baby. When the mama think that I'm hungry, she's gonna feed the child hungry. If the mama don't like sweet peas, she ain't buying no damn sweet peas for the little booger. Okay, she's not. That's the mother's first tongue. So if the mom is scared and fear certain things, she's gonna be like, "Don't look these white people in the face. You gotta change the. Don't talk the way we talk in front of these white folks and stuff like that." That's what I'm talking. That's breeding fear, and that's what we're seeing going on. Listen, I can go deep with this thing, but I got some damn notes I need to touch on, right? Because at the end of the day, we do know that Deion Sanders is a positive role model, not just for him. I mean, not just for his kids, but for other kids, like my man Travis Hunter and other people, Horn and all them other people. But let's take Trav for instance. Okay, this is what I thought was crazy. They would tell you how dope he was, how super dope Travis is, and how he will be in the pros, and acting like he didn't come to the ranks of Deion Sanders. The man coached the dude his whole collegiate career, pretty much. He left from Jacksonville, went to goddamn Colorado, and then not only that, they're not giving Deion any props. They're hating on his relationship with his son, like he did something bad, he didn't do good. But your man, Travis Hunter, just won the Heisman. Who was throwing the damn ball, okay, to your boy Trav, okay? It was Shedeur. He just won the Johnny Unitas Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year. The number one college player of offense was Shedeur. And they ain't praising his daddy for it. Okay? But they praising the daddy for his other protege. They saying, it's all good, it's all good. He did a great job with him. But for some reason, he's supposed to be caping for his own son. No, he know what the truth is, man. So this stuff is crazy, man. I got some more notes and everything. Then they talking about my man Shiloh, Headache Gang representative, okay? We already knew where he was going to go in the dang on draft. But the thing I thought was so dope is he was more pressed about his own brother and how he was getting treated, that he was basically his cheerleader. Coincidentally, right after Shedeur got signed, your boy Shiloh got signed. He signed to Tampa Bay. Big ups to the brand new agent that he got as well. You know what I'm saying? So, and not only that, but I do gotta say, all of them ones, pretty much most of the people out of Colorado end up signing. I seen that. Big ups to Horn going to not Jacksonville. Where did Horn go? No, he didn't go to Jaguars. That's Travis. But big ups to Horn. Big ups to just everybody else who got picked up and everything. So big ups to them. Also, man, I think due to the Shedeur being coached by his father, I think people were, what can I say, thinking that Deion Sanders, I said this once, but I'm trying to break it down. People were saying that maybe Deion Sanders ain't giving the uncut raw truth. You know what I'm saying? And some people were saying that he had such a covenant with the people that was around Shedeur. You remember he coached Shedeur from Pee Wee all the way up to, that some of the people would lie for him, like he wasn't a good character and nothing like that, which I thought was completely crazy. Now remember, I want you guys to remember, this is going to be in an article represented in the Reporter newspaper, which is Akron's black-owned publication that's been in business for over 50 years. If you want to see this article, you can see it through a subscription. That's right, it's only a little bit of money. No matter where you at, it can be delivered to you through the mail, or you can go to www.thereporternewspaperonline.com and you can see it online. Also, I think one of the things that people was tripping about was, why in the hell did they wait so long to take him? If everybody was passing, and if this is a conspiracy, why the hell, what happened? I told you before. I think the collusion was called off for a reason. What's that reason? People was talking about they was going to boycott and everything, right? And I also believe that the city right now, Cleveland, Ohio, is going to reap supreme benefits. They're working on a stadium as well right now, right? A dome here in Cleveland, right? Well, they're in Cleveland. I'm only 30 minutes away. And so it's supposed to bring a lot of stars to the city. But with the arrival of Shedeur, you know what I'm saying? Here's my bust down. It's culturally, okay? That he's going to bring a lot of stars here too. You saw what they did in Jacksonville. You saw what he did in Colorado. And you do know the star power because we had LeBron here, okay? So that means if my man becomes the starter and he starts playing and doing good, you will see that same influx. So the city is going to benefit from all the monies and the social media and everything like that. So big ups to that. Hopefully that what makes the dome and everything get put up quickly and everything. You know what I'm saying? So the star power is to the next level. And listen, I can go on a lot about this, but listen, the most important thing I want you guys to know is this was a public lynching. And I'm going to say it one more time. What is the definition of public lynching? It is the extrajudicial, which means unauthorized or illegally authorized killing of an individual by a mob as formed to form some sort of gang bang against somebody to instill fear, intimidation, and it's a punishment. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. This was a public lynching. This was the killing of an individual in the form of punishment, okay? And it was supposed to set somebody's intimate to make them intimidated and scared, just like we was on the plantation. And they want us to have fear so we can tell our younglings, or so the next generation that's watching is going to be like, I don't want to go to Colorado and I don't want, just trying to mess up the whole legacy. I don't want none of that work that they got. But again, all of them either got drafted, 3 got drafted, 4 signed. 4 got drafted, 3 signed. Thank you, baby. That was my producer in the background. She gave me all these notes. So did I miss anything, baby? Thank you, babe. That was dope. I do got to say this. Again, Shedeur represented his black self. We do know what a trend is. Me and my wife, okay, who's my producer, we watched the NFL draft for 7 years, okay? And we seen the nappy hairs. We seen the paisleys. We seen the chains. We seen the grills. We seen all of this stuff. But we just didn't see one person doing it. The whole culture does it. If you got enough money, you can look like that. And those brothers are about to be millionaires. They're getting drafted. They're about to be well off, like well off media, okay? So you can see it. So for them vilifying my man representing the culture, he's a rapper. Hell, all his Deion sons are rappers. Your man Deion is a rapper. He carry himself. You see the hip hop influence at the house. I swear to you, I just saw Deion Sanders and Shiloh battle rapping against each other in the living room before I came up here to do all this. Okay, so culture is real. Don't let them tell you that you are not authorized to rep your culture if you want to deal with me. Again, don't let nobody tell you you can't be your black self and you got to cut your goddamn hair to deal with somebody. Brother, you free. You free. What does that mean? If you on a job and you feel uncomfortable, you free. I got bills, but brother, you free. You free to go get another job. You don't need to be turning those turning this, what's this, the culture switch. You know what the culture switch is? You at work talking like Ben, Bob, and Jill. And at home, you talking like Boom Shika and Mook Mook. Okay? You should be embarrassed. Now, I am not saying you're going to be at work and you talk in a respectful manner, okay, by using those, keeping the cuss words out. But your voice should sound the same. Let me share a little story on you before I go. I come from that management paradigm, right? I done hired multiple people during my lifetime. The thing that always just messed me up, on top of other things, is when I call somebody for an interview, I'm looking at the application. I'm looking at your zip code. I see what school you graduated from. Black man, black woman, I see that. It's my black ass calling you, okay? And I call you on your West Side phone, in your West Side neighborhood, in your West Side ecosystem, and you answer the phone like you're Jill or Seth, okay? That's crazy as hell. Like, I'm like, oh my God. So I have to tell them, you don't have to be that way when you're talking to me. Be yourself. I know you graduated from Black High University. I know you graduated from the blackest school. That's why I called you black ass. I need culture around me. And I want people to see that culture can be in places, even though I'm hiring it on purpose so people can see. People can see the nappy hair. People can see the sister with the afro. People can see the girl without all that goddamn kiss makeup on her face. People can see. Okay? And that's what we need to do. So when you see my man repping that royalty, some may say that's materialistic, okay? Well, you know, if we true Kemites, okay, King Tut was draped in gold. He was always bold. Ramesses the Great was draped like that. And they wanted you to see it. So much so, after 4,000 years, we still could see their greatness plastered on the wall. So after this little thing go by, we still gonna see the Punisher, Shedeur Sanders, plastered all over the internet. Listen, for my man, the reporter newspaper, and my beautiful wife, okay? I want to tell y'all thank you. I can go on days and days, but I think I took enough time. I think I did my thing. I want you guys to check out the article again at the reporternewspaperonline.com. Until next time, have some fun and get something done. But more importantly, y'all better feel me before they kill me, y'all. Peace.
big G.O.D. what the fuck is a mug? Nigga be fake, won't leave him snuggly. He undercover, then fucking we tucking a minute. It's on this stuff, nigga, fuck is you saying? Bird, bitch, get struck. We ain't going back and forth by the door. We ain't going back and forth by the door. Wash halu ella ilaha illallah. We come in the name of the source. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We flipping niggas out the porch. Niggas in Paris, somebody J version, boss whole Jane Harden, but they think they the highest. We locking them up, you get caught with the smoke, get your flame darkened. They shoot a shot, but I ain't far. Just fuck around, hit the same target, back to back.
This has been a podcast from the Mega Media Social Media Network.